What's up, wrestling fans? It's WWPWW. We've been down since day one, kinda.
That's right.
Alright, yeah, we are the #1 name in the wrestling podcast game.
That's right.
I don't care. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're What Culture Wrestling,
That's right.
Wrestling with Regret,
That's right.
Wrestle Talk TV,
That's right.
we got the wrestling podcast game on lock.
That's right.
Been wanting to do that for a while. That was fun.
I'm so white.
I know, we're both so white. We can't do that.
But dude, like Gable's been killing it the last couple weeks with his shtick.
Yeah.
That's been pretty
Making
funny.
fun of them doing, like, yeah, that's been pretty good.
I speak their language. Let me try. That's pretty funny.
Shelton Benjamin. that was killer.
Shelton Benjamin. You gone out and get yourself a Shelton Benjamin?
And then when they were on commentary last week, that was funny the whole time.
Yeah.
No, it's Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin. No, dog, it's Shelton Benjamin. Like, yeah, that was killer. Anyways, we are back from a very long absence. A month and a half or something. Like, it's been quite a while.
Yep. Adventures in life.
Yes.
That's what this hiatus has been about. Just various different things, trying to figure stuff out. So.
But we're back. We're happy to be back.
That's right. Oh, we're not doing that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
right on.
That's right. So yeah, super pumped to be back. Probably get back into the swing of things and do this more regularly. Like I said, just life's been happening, so we haven't had much time to do anything. But yeah, man. Any big news or anything like that? You know, all kinds of stuff's been going. Like they announced the 25th anniversary Raw, and was it like January 20th, I think, or something like that?
I can't remember, somewhere along that.
So yeah, the 20th anniversary Raw, we're getting 2 shows, basically. Like, one is in the Barclays Center and one's at Manhattan Center. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like, oh, that's crazy. So it's like, you know, is it going to be like 90 minutes at one and 90 minutes at the other? Because it's going to be both Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, wow.
At both of them.
Oh.
For the Raw 25th anniversary show, they're both going to be present for this whole thing. And Undertaker's rumored to make an appearance. Kevin Nash is going to be there. Shawn Michaels is going to be there. So can't wait to see what else happens. Like,
star-studded event. 25 years, man. 25 years.
I can't believe it. And they keep saying it's the longest running episode, but that's not true.
Well, that's WWE logic there.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, oh yeah, it's the longest running episode, you know. It's like, wait, what? No, it's not. Like, Saturday Night Live's been on way longer.
Yeah, it has. Yes, it has.
So I don't know where they get off with that. I think that's funny. But yeah, so yeah, to say a lot of stuff has happened.
Yep. Is
an understatement. We have 3 pay-per-views that we're going to briefly touch on, and then we're just going to discuss anything else that's been happening that we've dug or that we've liked. And then of course we're going to do our weekly recaps, kind of get back into that. So yeah, anything else before we get going, man?
No, if we're going to talk about the random news that's been happening in between the 2 things, we can do that here in a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Well, all right. Well, talked about was it SummerSlam? I guess was that the last?
I think so.
Pay-per-view we did.
It's been a long time.
It has. I can't remember if there was.
It would have had to have been.
I can't remember if there was one before No Mercy or not. I can't remember. Maybe. Backlash. Was that?
Did they have Backlash? I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I'll have to look it up.
I can't remember either. No, Backlash was after WrestleMania, I think. Anyways, we're just getting so confused. We just the days are running together. We don't know what day it is even right now.
What day is it? Could you tell me?
So,
either which way, we're going to talk about No Mercy.
The last episode we did our predictions for No Mercy.
No, yeah, Backlash was in May.
Yeah, so it was after WrestleMania, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, last one we talked about was SummerSlam.
Well.
So No Mercy, Hell in a Cell, TLC, starting off with No Mercy. Caleb, what were your thoughts on that show? if you remember way back when. Because I think there's only one match really worth talking about on this card for myself. But what did you think about it?
I liked it. Looking back on it now, I can kind of remember. The Intercontinental Championship match, I don't remember. Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt, that match was weird. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins versus Cesaro Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
Always do that.
Yep.
I can Cesaro. That's just what their name should be. Debar. The tag match was awesome. That was probably match of the night. For this, that one was really good. The women's Fatal 5-Way, I don't really remember. It's a bit so long. Roman Reigns versus John Cena, I enjoyed. It had a big fight feel. It was big, epic, and I liked it. I know. Leading up to it, the hype leading up to this, the back and forth between these two guys was what made this so awesome and enjoyable and fun to watch. You and I both really enjoyed that, and I remember, like the only thing I disliked about the match was that it just kind of abruptly ended. It was like I figured Roman would be like kind of snap and just hit like 5 spears on Cena or something like that. But he just hit 1 spear and then 1. I was like, oh, I was hoping for a bit more of a big payoff,
Yeah.
Something, and like Cena kicks out, so Roman has to hit him again, and then he kicks out, so he has to hit him again, something like that. Ooh, excuse me. But I guess it's kind of, Roman Reigns, Cena-ing John Cena. Kicking out of every finisher and then hitting one finisher and then winning. So
Yep.
To all the people who are, like, oh yeah, he hit 1 spear and won the match. Gaw. Just like, I mean, John Cena used to do that back in the day. He would take all kinds of punishment. He'd hit 1 AA and win the match. Like, so.
Yep.
Cena-ing Cena, Cena-ing John Cena. It's coming full circle kind of thing. But yeah, I liked that just because it had big fight feel, and it just felt like a big match, and like I enjoyed it. The crowd was getting into it, and it did have some good spots in it. Enzo Neville, nobody cares. Brock versus Braun, I enjoyed it. Once again, it clocked in under 10 minutes. But yeah, this one I thought could have and should have gone on longer because it too abruptly ended. And that's really my only gripe about it was like I was like, they could have gone on an extra 5 minutes and they could have built to a bigger payoff instead of just, oh, I'm hurt. No, I'm not. F5, like playing possum and then hitting the F5. Like, I mean, it's like they've been building up Braun, like he should have kicked out of the F5 and then, he had to do another one or something. Like, it just should have gone on a little longer. Like, that's not that big of a gripe though. So, what about you?
Yeah, I think the only match for me that, I mean, the Roman Cena match was fine. Like you, it did end that way, but you're right. Roman is the next face of the company, and so I understand where they went there. But the best match of the night was the Ambrose Rollins Cesaro Sheamus match.
Yep.
Especially after Cesaro gets his teeth knocked into his head, not out of his head, like I first thought. His teeth were shoved so far up his mouth. It was so crazy. And so like you could the moment in there where you could tell something was wrong, they lasted like it went on for a little bit, like that little lull in the match, but then Cesaro was a man about it. Dude got up and started and just finished the match. And so I think a lot of people gave him props for that. A lot of people really respected him for finishing the match. I couldn't imagine how much pain he was in.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't like mouth pain. So to imagine how much pain he was in for that, not only was that respectable, the whole match was really good and well planned out and well executed. I'm glad it was in the middle, but this surely could have been second to last match because it was just a great match. Everything after that I think fell flat outside of the Roman and Cena match. The Enzo and Neville match, that was just Neville's gone. I mean, he's not on TV. He's not gone from the company because WWE are petty, and they want to drag things out as much as possible, and so they will drag out his contract until the very last, and so he will be with the company until Vince is done with him. Like the whole old adage that apparently his father lived by: "We're done with you when we're done with you." Even if they don't use you, they will carry out your contract until the very last second. And so Neville will be with the company until probably the last minute, which is sad because I want to see him go somewhere else and do something else.
Yeah.
But at least I'm assuming he's getting paid. I'm assuming he's got a contract that he gets paid a little bit for being with the company. But yeah, all the other stuff I could care less. But that match is, I think, is in my top 20 of the year, the tag team match. So that's my thoughts on No Mercy. Overall, I felt like, even though we're talking about 2 Raw pay-per-views, the Hell in a Cell was much better than the other 2 pay-per-views. I like TLC.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they came up with.
Yeah.
The fact that so many people were sick. I felt like Hell in a Cell, just the 2 Hell in a Cell matches alone, outshined any of the matches. Maybe except for the Cesaro, except for the tag team match on No Mercy. The 2 Hell in a Cell matches on Hell in a Cell were the greatest matches out of the 3 pay-per-views.
So, letter grade. What would you give No Mercy?
I'm going to give it a C.
C?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I might give it a C+, maybe. But, yeah, it was kind of even though it had Brock Lesnar on it, who is a big draw and people like to see, and it had Roman Reigns versus John Cena, a match everybody wanted to see, and it had one of the best tag team matches, one of the best matches of the year. Yeah, it just kind of was. It was such a mixed bag that it's just like to the point where you're just like, I just don't.
Yeah, the tag team match would be the only match I would go back and actually watch.
Yeah.
Probably. I'd have to go back. I don't remember the Brock Strowman match as much, so I might watch it since it's only 9 minutes or whatever. But yeah, like as far as the pay-per-view, I probably won't go watch it again unless it's 10 years from now and I want to see what's going on or see what happened, if I remember what happened anyway.
Agreed.
So that's our thoughts on No Mercy. Hell in a Cell next.
Hell in a Cell. Ah.
You gotta get all that.
Yeah,
gargle in your mouth.
But for some reason, everybody kept calling it Hell in the Cell.
What?
It's Hell in a Cell, but for some reason, everybody kept saying Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
In like the week leading up to and the week after, people kept saying Hell in the Cell, and I'm just like, I don't know why, but that just bothers me so much.
Because that's the name. That's not the name of the.
I know. So, Jeremy, Hell in a Cell, SmackDown Live pay-per-view. What were your thoughts? What did you think?
I thought overall, it was kind of in between. It was okay. The 2 Hell in a Cell matches were the best matches of the night, and even the Corbin, Styles, and Dillinger match wasn't too bad.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was a good match. Everything else was just meh. I think after Survivor Series, they'll turn Rude heel. I think after that's all done, I think there were bits and pieces of that laid in this, because I think this is where he had the tights, right? Where Rude won with pinning with the tights.
I think
that's what happened. But anyway, the 2 Hell in a Cell matches, the Usos versus the New Day, that was a great match. A lot of innovation, a lot of fun things that were happening there. They really showed what they could do, both teams.
Yeah, I loved it.
The Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon match was amazing. I didn't watch it the night it came on, and so I was seeing Twitter, like people from WWE watching the match, and they were nervous. You could tell that they were nervous for these guys, and then I saw pictures, and then I watched it, and even though I knew what happened, I knew nobody died, and nobody really got injured really, really horribly. Just watching them up on the wobbly cages that they have on top, man, they did a great job. They did a great job up there. They did a great job in the whole match. And Shane McMahon, you took a heck of a bump, man, and you walked away from it. I'm pretty sure he will probably live forever. He took one from a helicopter. He took one from here. I mean, bravo to you. And you're going to be in Survivor Series, which is awesome to see that too. So
yeah,
awesome.
I can't wait for Survivor Series. To have Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon being the captains of the two teams that makes it even better. Yeah. That just makes it awesome.
I think that was a longer match than I thought. Never mind. Yeah. So those are my thoughts. The two Hell in a Cell matches are worth going back and watching again.
Oh, totally.
And maybe the Corbin Styles Dillinger match, maybe, but everything else is kind of meh.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sad because you look at this and it should have been better than it was. I thought Rude and Ziggler's last third of their match on SmackDown was way better than anything that they had done before.
I liked the 2 out of 3 falls. Like, I liked that match.
I did too. I wish they would have showed the whole thing, which is sad. You come back and you're like, oh, there was a fall at break.
Why did you do that?
I hate when they do that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that for me, those two were the best matches, and may actually be the best matches of all of 3 of those pay-per-views, because they were just wonderful to watch. Anyway, what did you think?
Yeah, I think a lot of the things that you just said. You think, yeah, the Usos and New Day, the Hell in a Cell tag match was awesome. It was fantastic. I don't know if it was better than their SummerSlam match.
Yeah.
I don't know if because that match was just so wicked. This one was really, really good.
Fun to watch.
It was, man. Like these two teams are just like, as far as I'm concerned, these guys are tied for tag team of the year because all these matches they've been putting on and stuff. And you know, like I've said this once, I'll say it again. I don't care if all the smarky internet people come after me. I think the Usos are way better than the Young Bucks. I think they're much better. Like I know everybody, you know, I know all the internet wrestling marks are putting out a fatwa on me for saying that, but
yeah.
But just these two teams are so great, and to see them just have so much charisma and see them just throwing caution to the wind and just going out there and putting on an awesome match. And you could tell that both of these teams love what they do and that they love this business and they love each other and that they love being in the ring against each other and stuff. And it's just one of those things where you just you're just it's like when you watch a good movie or a great episode of a TV show you like, or you're reading a good book or something. It's like just everything around you shuts off and you're just locked into that, and you're just like, whoa, that happened when I watched the SummerSlam match with them, and this happened again with this match, and the triple threat for that match was awesome. It definitely worth going back and watching. I liked the triple threat also with Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, and Ty Dillinger. I like Baron Corbin winning. I think. Hopefully they'll do something better with him with the U.S. title. What they're starting to do now, I'm not really a big fan of.
Yeah, well, it sounds like, I don't know if he'll win it, but it sounds like Sin Cara just signed a new deal, and so the reason why we see Sin Cara on our TV is because of that. And so my guess is he'll probably win the U.S. title at some time and then probably lose it again.
But yeah, so awesome to see Ty Dillinger thrown into this match. And I really liked this match. This is one because I don't remember it. I remember watching it and liking it, but it's been quite a while. So that's one I'll have to go back and watch again just to refresh my memory on it.
Sure.
But yeah, Rude Ziggler was okay. Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura was for the birds. The Jinder Mahal experiment should be over soon.
Hopefully. Hopefully the next couple months.
It should end soon. It's been we've enjoyed seeing this old school heel kind of thing done with him, and he's doing it quite well. He's very game for what they're doing, but I feel like it's kind of running out of steam now. Mm-hmm. So they need it, and Shinsuke deserves much better than being fodder for the WWE India experiment. He's one of the best wrestlers in the company, one of the best wrestlers in the world. So charismatic, everybody loves him, which is good. It's good that everybody loves him and people care about him. So that's really awesome.
And I think they're slow burning a Randy Orton heel turn.
Yeah.
Because last couple of weeks they've done some combination of Shinsuke and Randy Orton is as a tag team. Randy Orton shows up and helps him this past week at SmackDown, and so my guess is because I think Randy really wants to be a heel again. That I think that it's time to do that. There's so many heels right now. That's what's sad is because I think they'll eventually turn Rude heel, and they've been testing a Rusev Dillinger double turn. Where Dillinger becomes a heel and Rusev becomes a face, which Rusev's a face right now.
I know.
Everything they're doing with him is brilliant.
And people love.
Yeah.
Rusev number one! Rusev number one!
It's so great, in my opinion. And so, there's so many heels in the company right now that I don't want to see that, but I think that would be a fun payoff of this kind of buddy-buddy, not really buddy-buddy, but respect that Randy Orton is at least showing Shinsuke. And I hope when they have a match that it'll be better. Because they're really screwing up Shinsuke right now, and it's really sad to see that. And this match is, you're absolutely right about this. This match was really, really, really awful. Yeah.
Anyways, the final match, Kevin versus Shane O'Mac. This match was awesome. I was just like on pins and needles. I was on the edge of my seat. I was just like, like, Every time one of them would fall, like when they were on the cage fighting, every time one of them would fall, I'm just like, like waiting for it to give and them to fall, or, waiting for them to, miss their mark and hit their head on a beam or something. I was just waiting for something to happen. It was just like, but yeah, it was really good. And then to have it end the way it did was so good. I like the surprise Sami Zayn heel turn, and to have it happen like that was just, I was like, wait, what? And then it was great. Like, I loved everything about this. Is definitely a match I would go back and watch. I enjoyed the heck out of it so much. Very good, very great way to end it. Very good way to turn Sami heel. Just everything about it was good. I enjoyed it. Like,
and don't you love Sami as a heel?
He's been fantastic.
As a swarmy, just I'm cocky, but like jaded.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, it's. I love the fact that he still comes out with his theme song, and he's just like he's living life, he's loving it, and it's beautiful.
He's like the same, but he's like got this sort of like 1980s bully swagger kind of about him, sort of thing. Like, he's still Sami Zayn, but I'm just like, I don't know if I'll buy Sami. I don't know if I would want. But see, it's funny because like he's great as a heel, but I don't boo him. Like, I don't hate him. I'm still just like, he's great as a heel. That's awesome that they did this, And I just love that him and KO are friends, best friends again. And I love the, it's Team Kevin and Sami. No, it's Team Sami and Kevin. Like, all that stuff is great. Like how he keeps saying no, and then it's Sami and Kevin. Like,
I wonder if there'll be a time where, in order to get this changed, I wonder if they're again, I keep saying slow burning, but it seems like that's what they're doing. Slow burning a Kevin Owens face turn and a Sami remaining heel turn, where Sami will be in trouble and then Kevin Owens will come out and help him, and then it's kind of the whole I saved you, you saved me. Kevin Owens' conscience will be okay now, like then he just gets tired of how Sami is just kind of a jerk, and so he leaves him, and then they eventually have another blow off fight again. I hope they don't do that for a long time, but
like I hope they don't try to fast track that for like the Rumble or something.
Yeah, because I don't want this to end, but I see
you see an end in sight.
I see an end in sight, and it's sad, but anyway.
But it was pretty good. Was Hell in a Cell. Really, really enjoyed it. It was a good show. What would you give it as a letter grade?
I would give it higher than No Mercy. I'm going to say a B-, and it's propped up by the two Hell in a Cell matches. They did a great job putting the first and last match. I didn't think I was going to like that aspect of it, but I really did. I thought they were really, really tentpole with those two matches. So I give it a B-.
I give it a solid B. Just regular B. Not enough to give it a B plus, but it's a solid B for me just because the two Hell in a Cell matches are great bookends for this, and the triple threat was pretty was decent, was pretty fun, and so many great things have been born out of this pay-per-view now. So in retrospect, that also helps it. So a solid B for me. So anything else before we move on to the next one? All right, folks. We now move on to the Raw pay-per-view TLC tables, ladders, chairs. The Shield reunion that sadly was not. But but we got a good butt here.
Thank you.
That was a funny thing. All right, so lots of good things to talk about here. Exciting things like Asuka debut on the main roster.
Yep.
We got two really good last minute match changes that ended up being fantastic that we both enjoyed. So, Jeremy, TLC Tables, Ladders, Chairs 2017, brought to you in part by WWE 2K18, the video game. Be like no one.
Be like no one.
That's a great commercial.
It is a great commercial.
It's fantastic.
And I hate that it's Snoop Dogg, but still.
But he does a good job. But he does a good job on it. It's great. Yeah. B-R-A-Y. And then Bray's mouthing along with that. I like that. Anyways, so what did you think of TLC?
I felt the construction of the show, with the in-between stuff with Elias and Jason Jordan, I loved that. I really enjoyed the construction of the show. My only gripe with the show as a whole is this is TLC, and there was only one TLC match.
Yeah.
I hated that all the way through. It's like last year it wasn't a great show, but at least they had a tables match, they had a ladders match, and they had a chairs match. Chairs match was surprisingly good.
Yeah,
Kalisto Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Kalisto Baron Corbin. Yeah.
That was a surprisingly really good match.
I know, we're just like, ugh. And then we watched it, we're like, I remember I was just like, was it just me or was that match really good? And you were like, it was good. Like,
yeah, it was a great match to watch. Everything else wasn't as good.
The main event was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't remember the main event.
It was a TLC match with Ambrose and Styles, where James Ellsworth pushed him over.
That's true. That was a decent match.
That was a really good
match. And so looking at the card, at first we were kind of like, okay, the Shield reunion, that's probably the only thing that's going to be driving this pay-per-view. And then everybody gets sick, which I think, for me, was the best thing for Finn Balor. It was the best thing for Finn Balor, because I didn't care about that match. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
I know. It's like, it was a good rivalry, and then it just kind of went on.
It was gimmick for gimmick match, is basically what it was. And anyway, what we got was a kind of an introductory match between Finn Balor and AJ Styles, which it wasn't a bad match, but it was way better than what we could have gotten. So as far as everything goes, the Asuka Emma match was actually really pretty good. It's sad that Emma was fired. There's speculations about that stuff, about the fact that they used her as a martyr, kind of, or not martyr, as an example to say, hey, all of you talent, you don't think you're expendable? Guess what? You're expendable. It's sad that that's what happened, because she is, outside of Charlotte, she is one of the best performers, one of the best workers on the card. There's rumors she had heat backstage. I don't really care about that. If she's a good worker, you need to let them work. She does. Anyway, the Asuka Emma match was really good. I'm glad Asuka didn't squash Emma. It was a good match. And I actually think their match on Raw was better than the match on TLC.
Yeah, I liked their match on Raw. You're right, it was good.
I don't remember the Cedric Alexander Rich Swann.
I don't really remember that either.
Gentleman Jack and Brian Kendrick match. I'm sure it was serviceable. All those guys are great in the ring. Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Fine. It's one of those where you're like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and then we get Enzo and Kalisto, and
yeah.
There's rumors that Hideo Itami is coming up to 205 Live.
Oh my gosh, that would be such a shot in the arm.
I really think Hideo with the championship instead of Enzo would be the best thing for 205 Live. Even though the best thing for 205 Live is actually watching it for like Mustafa Ali, Tony Nese, and all these other guys who are incredible performers in the ring. The Fright Night match this past week on 205 Live was fun to watch. It was amazing. It shows that these guys can actually work and enjoy their work. And so the worst thing about 205 Live right now, I think, is at least Enzo is cruiserweight champion. I think him in a faction would be fine, but him as a cruiserweight champion, no. I think Kalisto didn't need to be added to it either after this whole feud. Hideo Itami coming up, even like if they brought Johnny Gargano coming up, all these guys could make it better. Anyway, that's just my little gripe about 205 Live right now. And then we got Finn Balor and AJ Styles, which was a serviceable match. They came into it, you know, we want more. This was a breadcrumb of a match, and that's all they needed to do. Jason Jordan versus Elias. I think that's funny. I love Elias now. Yeah. I hate him in NXT. But his character is great on Raw. I really like what they're doing with him. And then the main event was interesting. And I didn't hate it. It was just interesting. But we'll talk about that. What did you think about the whole card? Since it's more recent, that's why I wanted to do it more.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, man. It's all good. Yeah, I thought the Asuka Emma was pretty good. It was, you and me both were like, wow, this is a pretty good match. Like, I thought it was going to be a squash or something, you know. It is, it sucks that Emma's gone now. That really stinks. That was a good match. Finn Balor and AJ Styles, I think I liked it a little more than you. I really, really enjoyed it. I was just beside myself the whole time. I was just like, oh, this is so cool.
I didn't hate it, but it is.
Well, I'm just saying I liked it. I liked it more than you. Yeah, exactly. It is.
Sneeze time. There it is. Bless you.
Whew. Okay, sorry, folks. Dead air's not good, but just the sneeze was coming on. So, yeah, you're right. It is a breadcrumb, and it. I mean, people were just saying this is awesome, and then at the end, he helped Styles up, and they did Too Sweet, and I just was you know. I was like, they just just put them all together on the same show, these two guys, and then Gallus and Anderson, and do the WWE off-brand Bullet Club. Yeah. Do something cool. Like, so many things can be done, because they could, form the faction with those four guys, and then AJ and Finn could, start to kind of vie over who should be the leader, and then that leads to a feud or something. So many different things they can do. First time these guys ever met, in a ring, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool, and they did protect the demon gimmick, and it just like I talked about the Cena Reigns thing having a big fight field. This was a little bigger. Like, this was just
overall wrestling fans would understand this.
And so it was it was good, and it says right here 18 minutes 20 seconds. It felt like it was like so quick.
Agreed.
And that's what I love. I love it when matches are so flawless and good and fast paced that it just breezes by. I mean, and they did all their high spots and stuff like that. They didn't do anything too crazy, because I'm sure this isn't the last we've seen of these two guys.
Oh, sure not.
And these are two of, in my mind, these should be the two faces of the brands. Like, Finn Balor should be the guy on Raw, and AJ Styles should, and kind of is, the guy on SmackDown. Like, he is. Even though he's not champion right now. And he's not, like, the main feud, I would say, on SmackDown. He is SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, apparently this next week he's going to have a title shot, which he'll probably lose, which is sad. But we can talk about that later. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, no, it's fine. So, he just is, he is SmackDown, though. He totally is. Yeah. And Finn should and could be the face of Raw. But Raw has so much, though. They have so much stuff that they can do, because they have all three Shield guys, any of whom could be the face of Raw. You know, and they've got Brock Lesnar. You know, even though he's part-timing, they've just got so much stuff over there. You know that. But yeah, the main event. I want to hear what you think before I talk about it. So.
While you sneeze, I yawn. Apologize. So prior to this match, actually a couple days before this match, a lot of people got sick with viral something. I'm not going to say anything because there's rumor upon rumor upon rumor that it was meningitis and whatever.
Yeah, mumps.
Doesn't matter.
I even heard.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They were sick, very very sick. A couple of them are back. JoJo's back, and a couple other people are around. Anyway, so Roman Reigns gets sick, and we're kind of like left wondering what's going to happen, and then we get Kurt Angle is going to be a part of this match, and so it sounds like, however, that they actually called up a couple other people. They called up Jericho, one of the first people. It was like, hey Jericho, can you come in and be a part of the Shield for this match? And he couldn't do it because he's on tour. And they called up a couple other people, and they were just like, we don't want to fast track the Kurt Angle return, but to be honest, I was okay with it. I think a lot of people should be okay with it. I know that they wanted to do it for a bigger match and a bigger setting, but I think they handled it well. The Raw after, they really handled it well with his return. I thought it was really good. It's really good that he came back. As far as the match goes, I enjoyed it. There was a lot of convoluted stuff that happened in it. It was kind of like okay, like Braun being dumped into the trash compactor. Or
what is he, Shredder? Like,
yeah, exactly. Get Kevin Nash in here to do that. So yeah, like there was a couple parts. I'm like, okay, whatever. And now Kane's back, and he's kind of gone on his own and just devouring different people. And it sounds like there might be a Kane Strowman match sometime. And so anyway, as far as the match goes, it was like 35 minutes. It was enjoyable, but not as enjoyable as the SummerSlam crazy match with everybody.
Oh yeah,
the 5-way.
The
Fatal 5-way. Like,
match was sweet.
This was fine and it was good. It would have been interesting if Roman was in it, but we're not going to get that match.
Yeah.
Which is okay because Kurt held his own. He came back the way he came back and started dumping everybody around. Really well done. And so as far as everything goes, WWE, you did a great job fixing things.
Mm-hmm.
You did a great job calling AJ home, saying, hey, I mean, he was miles and miles and miles away in a different country, and they called him home to do that. And now, like, the people in the country get Triple H now. Because
that's cool.
Like, Triple H, I mean, Kevin Owens had to go home for some personal reasons and stuff, but, you know, Triple H goes and wrestles, and now the other day he was quote unquote part of the Shield doing stuff.
Yeah.
And so the people overseas are getting great stuff. And so overall, WWE, you have fixed a sour situation, and you have plugged the hole wonderfully.
Yeah, and Triple H just keeps.
Yeah.
Just like that. It's like, man, that 13-year-old self is just like inside me is still like, no, he's the worst because he's such a great bad guy and everybody hates. But now I'm just like, quit making me like you.
Yeah.
Like seeing him, doing the Shield stuff with, first off, seeing him do the booty dance with the New Day, because he did a match with the New Day. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. I'll have to go check that out.
He did a match with the New Day, overseas, when he was filling in, and he did he danced with them and stuff like that, and
That's funny.
And then now he's all decked out in Shield gear, and they're doing triple power bombs with him and stuff. The Shield is, and I'm just like, dude, he's a businessman now. He doesn't have to do this, but he's putting himself out there, and he's, and I know some people will be like, oh, he just wants the spotlight on him, but it's like, hey man, he, it's the, nut up or shut up. He was like, screw it, I'll go out and do it.
Yeah, and
he's putting his money where his mouth is.
And that's great. I mean, I think probably being the future heir to the company, this is good for him to do. He is showing that he can actually have fun and enjoy the product that he's putting out. And even Vince did that in his day, and he did that with Kevin Owens and taking the crazy headbutt. It's good that he's doing this, and I think, it's good. It's enjoyable.
It is. Oh, you're watching it.
I'm watching it, yeah.
Yeah, he's dancing with New Day.
That's funny. Sorry, folks. You have to go watch this. It is actually pretty funny. He cannot dance.
He cannot.
Oh, and then he gives Kofi a
pedigree. I didn't see that. I didn't see that when I saw it. I just saw him dancing.
I'll have to show it to you in a little bit after we're done here.
No, I saw it.
Okay, cool.
I was able to see it. That's awesome.
Yeah, get Kofi a pedigree. Go look it up because it's really, really funny.
That's awesome, dude. All right, so we're all done with that.
With TLC, Did you have any other thoughts about that match, the main event?
I enjoyed it. There was some stuff that was weird, like how Kane accidentally hit Braun, and then Braun accidentally hit Kane, and then Kane accidentally hit Braun again, and then he just kind of went off and started hitting Braun, and then chokeslammed him through the ramp, and then pulled all the chairs down on top of him, which was funny.
That was cool. I
liked that. How he just and they just perfectly stacked and fell. That was great. Yeah, there was some good stuff in it. But yeah, just out of nowhere, bringing in the dump truck and then throwing him in it was weird. That was weird. But I liked how they took Kurt out, and then Kurt came back in, and then I like how he just arrived like gangbusters. I liked how he just suplexed Cesaro and then picked up Sheamus and then did the Olympic slam into the table. That was cool. And it was awesome. It was cool to see him come down with the Shield in the Shield gear during the Shield entrance. It was fun. It was very interesting, and like you said, there was some convoluted stuff, but you were absolutely right, did a great job of fixing this pay-per-view and turning what looked to be a decent pay-per-view into a must-see pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, yeah, letter grade. What would you give?
I'll give it a solid B because of all that. They really worked their butts off to get this to be right and be okay. And even, like I said, most of the matches were okay. I don't think I hated any of them. Even the Bliss James match wasn't horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. I don't care anymore, I guess. I don't know why. Anyway, that's my thoughts. So B. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'd probably give it a B as well. Yeah, the main event, I enjoyed, but AJ Styles and Finn Balor was just, that just did it for me. To announce that and then to actually see it happen, I'm just like, wow, we're actually getting this. We're actually seeing this right now. I mean, sweet. And it was a really good match, and it was just a last minute. Imagine if they had a whole program together and all the stuff all the matches they could put on. Woo! So, excuse me. So yeah, that. And the main event are the reason to watch it. Both those matches definitely go back and check out.
Yep.
They're ones that I would definitely go back and check out. So, all right, well, that's it for TLC. It gets a B from the both of us. Anything else?
Not about those pay-per-views.
All right, cool. Well, anything else in general that we could discuss that we've enjoyed over the past month and a half or whatever?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I've really, it's not about the main shows, but I've really enjoyed NXT and what they're building for TakeOver Houston. Well, War Games now, which will be fun to watch. I really like the build. I have issues with. And everybody does. They have so much talent in NXT that when they're brought up to the quote unquote main roster, they get lost in the shuffle. Adam Cole and his character is amazing. He's Shawn Michaels DX level character.
Cool.
But if when he gets called up, they're just going to be lost in the shuffle. I really think that WWE needs to have a third show, but they're never going to do that.
Yeah.
They have so much talent. If they want to utilize them, they need to make one of these live shows across the nation, kind of bring it back to. I know they do the main event and or whatever on Hulu, but they really need something different. I don't know. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it's sad that we're not seeing Emma anymore. It's sad that Neville walked away. But like Austin Aries has said, they can make. I don't know if it was him or somebody else. They can make more money on the independent scene than they can in WWE right now. They can make more money on the weekend, just wrestling one day, 2 days, than they do in the WWE, which is sad, but it's true.
Yeah, I don't think
for those really, really talented people that Vince doesn't want to take a chance on.
Yeah, I mean, and I could be wrong about this, but I don't think there's ever been a time, honestly, where independent wrestlers have had more power.
Yeah.
In that they've been more popular and been more powerful in the biz than right now. I mean, people on the indies are killing it. So
they are. It looks like there's only 2 more pay-per-views in this year. They have Survivor Series, and then after that, on December 17th, Clash of Champions. And
is that SmackDown or Raw?
Does it say? I'm guessing SmackDown. Yeah, it's SmackDown.
Why? Because is it in blue?
Yeah, it's in blue.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Cool.
So yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get to the 2 shows?
I can't think of anything, honestly. So just before we do the recaps, kind of building up to Survivor Series, they're announcing that I'm stoked for Survivor Series. I'm glad that they're building it as a us versus them, Raw versus SmackDown thing. I totally dig that, and I like that they're doing all these champion versus champion cross-brand matches. I think that's a really cool idea. Hopefully, I think probably we'll get because we're getting a men's match and a women's match. I wonder if they're going to do another Survivor Series tag match.
They were going to do a cruiserweight one, but now it's just a singles match. Enzo, I think probably versus Kalisto. I can't remember.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with everything on that, but yeah, Survivor Series is shaping up to be pretty fun to watch. I can't wait.
Me either.
To see it. Like I keep saying, I like this whole Raw vs. SmackDown thing that they're doing with it. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing what Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal will be like. Because I'm wondering if Heyman and the Sings are gonna get into it, which would be funny.
That would be funny.
To see him just just snap and just take them out or something, or just to see Brock just straight up murder them, just one of them runs in and Brock just suplexes him into oblivion. That'd be funny.
That would be fun.
But yeah, I like everything that they're doing leading up to Survivor Series. I'm getting really excited for it. I know if you get yourself hyped enough, you're only gonna get disappointed if it stinks. But I can't help it because I like the Miz and Baron Corbin, champion for champion. I think that'll be neat. And then Natalya versus Alexa Bliss. I think that'll be neat. And what's the other one? The Usos and Seth and Dean.
That should be a really good match.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that.
Outside of the 2 Survivor Series matches, that'll probably be the match of the night.
Yeah, that one will be the scene stealer. That'll be the one that it's probably going first or second, and then you're gonna be like, why did they show that one last? Yeah. I'm sure because at SummerSlam pre-show, Usos and New Day, and then we watched that, we're just like, why was that on the pre-show? Yeah. That match is gonna be sick. I can't wait for that one. Yeah. So
I was just overlooking the Wikipedia Survivor Series things. They've updated. It's either going to be Jinder Mahal or AJ Styles. So they've shown that, and I don't remember Rusev getting into the Team SmackDown yet.
Oh yeah, he has to win next week.
They already have Rusev as the last member of the SmackDown team, but there's 3 more members. Braun Strowman was added this week via social media.
Yeah.
And so we got Kurt Angle and Braun Strowman, which that'll be interesting.
Samoa Joe better be on it.
My guess is Raw will win because there is that infighting with him and Stephanie, because I don't think I'm assuming they'll win. Maybe they won't, but I think last year
SmackDown won last year, so.
And I think the SmackDown women will win theirs. But anyway, we're a couple weeks ahead, so I should stop talking about Survivor Series right now.
So yeah, all right, cool. Well, I guess we can go right into the weekly recaps for Raw and SmackDown this week. All right, so yeah, like we said, weekly recaps. Like I just said, literally seconds ago. Bear with us, folks. We're gonna have. It's been a few days since we've seen them, so it's Friday and it was Wednesday when we watched SmackDown, so it's not as fresh in our minds as it usually is.
Yep.
So we're gonna try to remember Raw and SmackDown as best as we can for this weekly recap. But yeah, we were just talking in between the break how great the Randy Orton Sami Zayn match was last week on SmackDown. Really, really good match.
It was.
I enjoyed it. Very good. Both those guys could. They're the type of guys who could put on a 3-star match in their sleep. And it was a fun match. Good good chemistry. Those guys. I think that's awesome that they did that and stuff. Anyways, just talk about that. So Raw this week. Jeremy, what worked for you? What didn't? What can you remember?
Since I got the Hulu version, I didn't get to see the Halloween gimmick match.
Yeah.
And so I wanted more Halloween gimmick matches.
Yeah, exactly. I like Halloween gimmick stuff.
Mostly because the 205 Live. I know I've said it already once. The 205 Live match was a brilliant Halloween match, and so if you want to watch, if you're looking to watch the Halloween theme match, that was really, really fun to watch. But as far as Raw, I'm interested in seeing where the Kurt Angle, Stephanie McMahon stuff goes. We get to see Stephanie come back as ruthless as ever, doing her best imitation of her dad. Again, we'll see where that goes. Kurt is very, very upset, very, very angry. He's got to win the Survivor Series match, and so he's already starting to build a really, really tough team with Braun Strowman as his second in command, if you will. We'll see. I think you're right. I don't think we said this on here, but I think you're right. I think Samoa Joe will be on that team.
Yeah, because he came back this week, and I was besides myself. Like, I just was like, oh, Samoa Joe, and he started doing the promo, and I just immediately went on Twitter. I was like, man, Samoa Joe is so cool. Like I'm a huge Samoa Joe fan. Like, he's awesome. And it was just so random that he, it was after a match between Nia Jax and was it Bayley?
Yeah,
I think And then they're walking back up the ramp, Bayley and Bliss, and then just Samoa Joe comes out, and everybody just lost their minds. They're like, whoa, man! And he just walks right by, Bliss and Jax kind of were just like, huh? It was kind of a crossing of the paths or something so. And he just walks right by, doesn't give him a second thought, doesn't look at him, he just walks right by him, and they're both just like, huh? I don't know why, but I thought that was so cool. It's like, man, he don't care. He just walks right out there, boom. I was just like, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was kind of sad that they didn't show that on Hulu, but I did see that on YouTube, and so at least that puzzle piece was be able to plug in. Samoa Joe back, awesome, great. I think he'll be one of the contestants in that. I don't know who else will be. I can't. My brain is. I wonder if Kane will be, because I bet Kane Braun will be the next feud.
They say that Roman should be back by November 15th.
Yeah.
So I'm somewhere around some teen thing. So I'm guessing they'll either have him be a mystery opponent who comes in at Survivor Series, or the go home show.
Yep.
He'll pop up.
Yeah, that's the rumor. That's the theory behind that, and I agree with you with that.
So, and I know some people will hate it, but like it or not, the dude's a big star, and he should. He is a big star. He is a draw, because people either want to boo him, or show their support for him, and so it's.
Yeah, he's getting a response either which way, which means that he is what Vince McMahon wants him to be, someone who draws.
Yeah.
You want to hate him? Go to the show. Boom. All that stuff. I'm trying to think of other stuff that happened on Raw.
I I know. I'm kind of having trouble too.
The end, through the whole show, the Miz. I like what they did with the Miz with getting ready to leave. Oh, Braun's here. Let's leave. And Kurt's like, you're not going anywhere. You're staying here. You have a match. Blah blah blah. That was really really funny. The end was a little hokey, but fun.
Because it was Halloween, so it worked.
He had the Terminator.
Yeah, the way he's like
raises.
Yeah.
And then runs across the limousine and jumps onto and starts running away.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
That was
hokey but funny.
It was okay. Yeah, it was like waiting for the killer, the monster, whatever, to pop up in a horror movie. Which worked, and I love how Miz was just like, what's that smell? It's like, oh, it's a bag of garbage. Bo Dow's like, it's a bag of garbage. He's like, he's here. What? Strowman. Like, that was funny. I was like, that is such like a horror movie gimmick,
Yep.
And then like the way that you see the garbage bags start piling out of the garbage truck and stuff, and then he just, like you said, raises up like the Terminator, and then he's like, "Whoa!" And they're just like, "Run!" Like, it was so funny, and I liked it.
I think it was Wrestle Talk that pointed out that the two garbage cans were different, or garbage trucks were different, and so he gets out. Like, did he get into the other garbage can and jump out? Like, what the deal is? What was that deal?
Yeah, because this garbage truck was red, and the one at the pay-per-view was like white or yellow or something.
So like, it was, as far as I remember, the overall show was actually really fun to watch. It was really well done.
Yeah. And
put together. Like I said, a couple hokey parts, but you're right. It was Halloween, and we get a lot of hokey Halloween type things out there, and so it was fun to watch. It was good. It was good for what I remember. Like I said, those were the things I remember about it. Anything else about Raw?
I remember texting you and being like super excited about it. I was like, but now I'm just like blanking. Like, I think part of it was Samoa Joe coming back and like, Kurt Angle being the captain and stuff, and just all those things, because Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle, have a lot of history from TNA, so I'd like to see how they play well together.
Yep.
And so I can't wait for the rest of the team to be announced. I'm super pumped. Excuse me. Burp. I can't wait to find out what happens. I'm really excited for Survivor Series. So it's just those two, right? It's just Kurt and Braun right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't think anybody else.
I can't remember if they have a qualifying match or a match this week on Raw to get another member or not, but I can't think of anything else about Raw.
Yeah, I can't either, man. All right, so we'll just move on to SmackDown since we're both drawing blanks.
Yep.
Overall, Raw was good. Really good. I really enjoyed it.
Solid show.
Nothing really bad to say. Can't keep getting these like weird pickup things.
Oh no. Well, you did have Taco Bell, so.
Yeah, I'll do it. As long as I don't get diarrhea,
I'll
be happy though.
Yep.
A little too far. Sorry, folks. Who cares? SmackDown though. I'll take this one first. I really like SmackDown also. Was it? Yeah, it was on Raw that Daniel Bryan was there, right? Or was that last week?
No, it was this past week because this past week on Raw, Daniel Bryan was there
and he got chokeslammed, right? Or was that last week?
No, that was this week.
Okay.
Because they mentioned it on Raw or on SmackDown. That's the reason why Shane came out, was to talk about that. So that was the other thing on Raw, that that Daniel Bryan came out and his old tag team partner ended up chokeslamming him or whatever.
Kane
in the dark.
Slammed him. And last week was the whole Under Siege thing on Raw, which was cool.
Yeah.
I like that. They're doing that whole thing again. There was they brought up that, and he talked about why he did the whole Under Siege thing and stuff like that, and it was like he's like, oh, because I wasn't gonna give Kurt the chance to to strike first and stuff like that, and I dug like I said, I really dig the whole us versus them thing that's being set up for it, and I really liked everything. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, everything with that was good. I enjoyed all that. Sami Zayn is killing it as a bad guy with being best friends again with KO. It's awesome.
Stranger Things.
That was funny.
It was.
That was enjoyable. And the Usos.
Yeah.
What did they do?
They just came out and started talking about their match on Survivor Series, and then Shelton Benjamin and Gable came in, and Gable started rapping to them. Which, I mean, it's a white boy rap, but it was really fun to listen to. I really like that attitude that Gable's got right now. That's pretty funny.
But yeah, last week on SmackDown, I liked the Usos on commentary. That was funny.
Yeah, that was good.
no, it's Shelton Benjamin. But yeah, the thing that I liked most, and I'm sure there's some stuff I'm forgetting, and you might bring some of it up later, but the thing I liked most was the final match, KO and Shinsuke, and Sammy coming out, and then Randy coming out to take care of Sami Zayn. I like where they're just like, cause when his music hits, you see KO's like freaking out, like uh-oh. Mm-hmm. And then I like Sammy's like, where's he at? And then he just comes up right behind Sammy and then picks him up and then just drops him on the table. That was great.
Did you see Sami Zayn hit a fan with the thing, like right in the eye or something? I kept watching the guy. The guy's like holding his eye, like, oh man.
I know.
Like, that must have really hurt.
Yeah, because that thing's like, it's like that plastic coated cardboard or whatever. Like, he just like picked it up and threw it off the thing, and it just like.
It was an accident. You can't. I mean, you can do as much as you can. It just popped up on him.
Yeah, I saw that. And, so yeah, like I was kind of thinking that too. I was just like, man, for whatever reason, I like Randy and Shinsuke kind of watching each other's backs and stuff like that. But yeah, it does kind of seem almost like they are maybe building towards something between the two, like a program between the two.
Yeah, eventually.
Like you say, a slow burn. So, but yeah, I like sort of over the past couple of weeks, Randy Orton's become like the sheriff of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Cracking down on all the cheating and stuff. Like, so I like that whole thing. I think that's kind of cool. And I like that. He was the first pick for the team, and then he was where he's just like, who am I going to fight, Shane? Oh, you're going to fight the Viper, Randy Orton. And he just kind of had this look on his face, like, uh-oh. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, all that stuff was good. I like everything that they're doing with Randy, Shinsuke, and then KO and Sammy. So, all right, what about you? What do you think of the SmackDown?
I thought it was a pretty good show. I like that. I like the fact, because I had thought that it would be really, really good if Kurt Angle and Shane were a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be really cool is if Daniel Bryan comes back and says, Shane, you're not going to be, I am.
Yeah.
Especially if Kane is a part of that team. Like, how cool would it be if, because I don't know if they're laxing on some things. I think they can see that they can have a safe match between Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan. I think eventually it'll be Kurt versus Daniel Bryan, and I think they've set that up a long time ago.
Yeah,
they had a WWE YouTube 360 interview with those two, and they kind of kept going around this. Wouldn't it be cool if we wrestled? Wouldn't it be cool if we wrestled? It would be cool. It would be more holds. They wouldn't necessarily be flying everywhere. Those two could have a safe match and be okay.
Oh,
yeah. I think that needs to happen at WrestleMania, or I think it needs to happen at WrestleMania this year, because I think Daniel Bryan's contract is up later that year. I think that needs to happen. That's just me. And so it would be awesome if Daniel Bryan comes back after his quote-unquote entry from Kane saying, I want Kane. you're not in it, I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really fun to see. I don't think that's going to happen. If I were booking it, that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I like that Shane came out and put himself as captain. He's taken the ship. I mean, he started something that he needs to finish, and so I get that angle. I like that Kurt Angle is the captain of the team. I like that he's building a strong team against SmackDown. As far as the rest of SmackDown goes, it was an okay show, solid show. The Rude Ziggler match was better than the one they had at the last pay-per-view, TLC. The Breezango, I'm assuming they're going towards a Breezango Bludgeon Brothers feud.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bludgeon Brothers they made their debut at a live show this past week, and apparently the Fashion Files came out, the Breezango came out and talked to them after that match or whatever they did. So I think they're building towards that. I think it's funny that they have the Ascension in now, and then they kind of pulled in Ty Dillinger in a little bit. That was really funny. Again, the Usos and Shelton Benjamin and Gable, that was really cool. But next week we get Jinder Mahal versus AJ Styles for the title. I want so badly for Jinder to lose it to AJ Styles. I don't know if that'll happen because I'd rather see AJ versus Lesnar. I think
Mm-hmm.
AJ versus Lesnar would be a better match, not only to see, but also for AJ to lose, and so that AJ could lose the belt to Jinder the next night at SmackDown, or the next couple nights at SmackDown, because AJ would be so beaten up that he couldn't wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
It just would make sense to me that they would do that. I would rather AJ versus Brock Lesnar. I think it's a better, bigger draw.
I think so
to see
too.
Survivor Series. I don't think anybody wants to watch Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar.
Except to see Brock Lesnar just take him to the city.
Yeah, just to destroy him, which you can't do that. You have to make him look strong, especially when the India tour is coming up. That's why you put the belt on AJ. You make him lose it at the next SmackDown because he's beaten up, and then you move the tour over, and then eventually after that you make Jinder lose it, and we're done with the Jinder Mahal experiment. Which I understand, totally understand from a business point of view, but we're done with it. We're tired with it. Heck, put the belt back on Randy. I don't care. Somebody else. But as far as everything else, SmackDown was a solid show. It was good, good time. We're waiting for Raw to retaliate, which I assume will be the go home show of SmackDown.
Yeah, that may be where Roman could come back even.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
It would be crazy.
Be like, oh yeah, we're not, you still have one more spot to fill on the team, Kurt. And at the end of Raw, he's just like, I have someone in mind. And then, Big Dog invades SmackDown.
That would be cool.
That'd be neat.
But as far as anything else, I can't think of anything else about SmackDown that I want to talk about.
I can't think of anything either.
Cool.
All right, well, is there any other wrestling stuff? Anything at all that you can think of that we should discuss? Or?
So I already mentioned the kind of rumors that I've heard about. There's rumors that Paige is getting ready to make her debut. Sounds like it might be on SmackDown, which would be a nice shot in the arm for the women's division. Even though it's still I still think it's the strongest division, women's division. It would be a nice addition to that to see Paige versus Charlotte, to see Paige versus everyone would be fine. Trying to think of what else. I mean, just a lot of rumor, a lot of conjecture. There was a rumor. I don't know if I told you this on air or not, but there's a rumor that there's going to be a Rusev Ty Dillinger double turn, which would be interesting. But like I said, there's a lot of rumor. A lot of these rumors that wrestling companies that follow wrestling put out are just that, rumors.
Mm-hmm.
A majority of them come out and there's nothing to it, or it was something they had thought of and they decided to go a different way, or somebody again gets sick or hurt or something, and so they try something else. And so they're just rumors. And so I don't really want to go into a whole lot of that, but it's nice to talk about it. It's fun to talk about what could be, what might have been. I'm super stoked about War Games, NXT War Games. I think that'll be a great show.
Mm-hmm. I'll definitely watch that.
And yeah, I mean, anything else that you can think of?
No, I don't think so. Don't think I can think of anything. So, well, folks, you heard it here. You heard it first. I don't know what I'm saying. Well, that was our return show of WWPWW. I wish we could have remembered more about RAW and SmackDown. We were kind of just rambling and.
I think we got the important parts out.
Yeah, we remembered all the important stuff is what matters, and we talked about all the pay-per-views we missed. So the next one coming up is in 2.5 weeks. The one we're super stoked for is Survivor Series, so we're gonna definitely watch that one together. Grab some pizza and wings or something.
I can actually eat pizza and wings by that time.
Sweet.
Probably shouldn't eat a lot of it.
Yeah.
Eat one
yeah,
piece.
Yeah. Get at least eat some of it. So, yeah, man, can't wait. A lot of good wrestling is happening. I'm excited to be back doing this podcast with my brother, and
absolutely,
and excited to be to be excited about wrestling because for a while I was really burnt out and tired, and so it was hard to get excited about stuff. But yeah, I got my mojo back. Excited to be back in the swing of things with watching wrestling and doing the podcast and stuff. So be coming at you hopefully every week or every other week or something. So
something. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it all out. So all right, everybody, thanks for stopping by. This is Caleb.
This is Jeremy.
Peace out.